working with a DSLR by me. Starting out with this project, my goal was to figure out how to use a DSLR and how to take good content with it. The main things I used were YouTube tutorials and various websites to know how to take good photos, how to use my camera. The camera I was using was the Rebel T6i, and I switched to a Rebel T7i. And then I used a bit of past knowledge from interactive media. Took a while to figure everything about the camera. Took like 30 minutes to figure out how to take one photo. I finally got the ball rolling. Hello, this is my camera recording. I hope you like my background. I have a Dr. Pepper machine. So this is the Rebel T7i, what I used for most of it. How to turn it on. There's a switch right here. Switch that. Turns on. Click this button right here. That switches it to shooting mode so you can see it on the screen. And then you probably want to keep it off while you're putting on the lens. Take this off. Take the other side off. Then take the cap off the camera. These are all for protection. And then you match up the white dot here to the white dot here. Put it on. And it should be good to go. Then you're shooting pictures, hard press, or half press to focus, half whole press to take a picture. There's different modes right here. I was on auto, no flash. This is auto with flash. There's all the manual modes, progressive. I talked about this later. But here's full manual mode. You can change aperture, shutter speed, ISO. And then there's also video. Switch the one more. And then click the camera button, not the shutter button. And you can take video, and then it is saved right here. You can see all your photos. In photo mode, you can also change stuff like your focus mode, the autofocus method, the picture style, the white balance, all that stuff. There's also a button right here. And that's basically it about the camera. Oh, with the lens, you can physically turn it, and that will zoom in out the picture. So that's nice. And then you can set it to manual focus right here, and you can use this ring to set the focus. And that's it for the camera. Here are some photos I took of Lindsborg. I took these during class one day. I thought they looked really good. They use stuff like angles and focus and light, rule of thirds, especially in that one with the rock. The different modes in the camera, I just talked about this. Sport mode, there's a landscape mode, the auto mode, then the manual modes, like full manual, aperture priority, control how much light comes in, shutter priority, how fast it's taken at, and then the control the ISO, which is the brightness of the image. Raw files in Photoshop. This is a raw file that I have. It's called ends at CR2. You can edit the contents of the file without being destructive. It keeps specific things from the camera into the data of the image, so you can change stuff more naturally than what you would get with just editing something like a JPEG. There's also stuff like editing the hue,
types of colors in your image. I can make it really green if I wanted to. It shows how many colors there are, highlights, exposure here, shadows and blacks, whites. And that's basically it to raw files. You can edit them in Photoshop and then export as a JPEG or a PNG. Video, this is what I was working on the last few weeks of my project, week 3 and week 4. I had microphones, there's the port that I talked about that you can plug it in, you put it on the top, shutter speed, you have to, and then also frame rate, important on how fast it's recording at, and the focus. If your subject isn't in focus, then you have bad video, unless it's for effect. Angles, you have to make sure you have good angles, make sure your hand isn't in the shot or your foot isn't in the shot. My final project were a commercial on a pencil, kind of like an old Apple commercial, simple and smooth, big words but at a slow rate. Apple Pencil is the greatest thing we've ever made, with brushed aluminum. And then I wanted to do something outside, so I made Cat, which is a journey of my cat to his food dish. I'll show you some highlights of the pencil. It has this focus shot right here that changes focus. And then it has some more close-up shots of me erasing. And then I have a green screen of me talking, and it says Tim Cook up there because I'm Tim Cook or something. And then it ends with a fade-in shot saying the pencil $99.99. Eraser still separately, haha, funny. And then Cat. Let's see if there's audio. So every video, every cut is to a piano hit, and then it's just a journey to a shed to get food, then a side shot, an above shot, then a front shot, and it fades out to black. And that was my project. I also have my review. Make sure to back up your SD cards. While I was shooting my video, I corrupted my SD card twice and lost a bit of footage. Also, make sure to have good lighting and keep your hand out of the frame, like I said earlier. And then lighting, if you mess up your lighting in video, it's pretty hard to fix in editing. So you either delete it or you have to retake it. And make sure your batteries are charged. If you start shooting your batteries aren't charged, you're gonna have to wait a long time for your batteries to charge, and then that'll waste a lot of time. And don't forget to take the lens cap off before shooting. I did that once or twice. My major setback was the SD card thing. Just if you back it up, you'll almost never go wrong. That's the one thing I would change, because that would save me a lot of time. Also, I would get working on videos more. I kind of started a bit late. And that's it.